everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Sparkles. My name is Lena, and welcome back to my channel if you are already a subscriber, and if you're new here, hi, how are you? I hope you're having a fantastic day, just as I am having, because today I'm bringing to you a post review of this kit. Okay, so to have a bit more information about this kit, this is from Diamond Art Club. This is a licensed kit. It is called A Cat Named Poppy by Peggy Collins. This artist, I had no idea of how of what her work was. I had seen, of course, work previously from her, but I didn't know exactly her name. And when I purchased this was actually purchased on a whim. It was not something that I had planned. The week where I purchased this, I was actually planning to purchase something different, but at the end I was kind of disappointed with that, and I saw this one and I knew that I had to have it. And also I used points. It was my first time using points, and this went from a $54.99 to just $4.99, which is, it was great. It was amazing. It was like having something for free. So that definitely is going to make me save my points for a little longer and use them in big purchases. I think that's what I'm gonna do, at least. Now, when I got it, I didn't think too much about how colorful it was. I mean, of course, it was obvious that it was a colorful one, but something that I did not give much thought about was if it was going to be a heavy confetti one or not. And when I first saw it, like in real life, when I made the unboxing, I thought, oh my god, I'm in trouble, because I saw specifically this part, like most of the bottom and most of the cat's face, how like the amount of colors that it has in this entire part right here. But it turned out something completely unexpected. So before going into all of the amazing things about this canvas, let's go over to the most technical type of things. So first off, this is in rounds. For the dimensions, this was 50.7 centimeters by 76 centimeters, and as I said, this was in rounds. It had a total of 62 colors, and out of those colors, 4 were ABs and 2 were fairy dust. So I'm gonna let you know where you can find most of these colors and give you a little bit like the detail of where they went. Great, so these are our 4 ABs. As you can see, I still have enough of them all, specifically this green one. The one that was used the least was this pink. I could only find it in a little tiny details in some of the flowers, like in this flower, and a little bit in the whiskers, but it was not very used overall. The second and third colors were these, number 2 and number 3. This is like a very light, kind of tangerine looking color, and a very dark orange. And again, these ones were mostly in some of the flowers, in the petals of the flowers, but it also gave a lot of detail to a little bit of the neck of the cat, and right here in the ear of the cat. And the AB that was more prevalent during the entire image, throughout the entire image, was definitely this green one. This is a lime green, but it was practically in most of the flower stems, at least more on the ones that were very tall, like where you can see the stem. And I think the most obvious place where they are placed is in this one. Is in this one over here. This is like one flower that has not bloomed yet, but look at this. All of these little detail, all of these are ABs, and you can find it, as I said, in most of the stems. If you go down here into the image, all of these very bright green, all the stems, those are places where you can find all of the ABs pretty much. Now let's go with our 2 fairy dust. Here we have this C666 and Z959. These 2, you can find them throughout the entire image, specifically in the flowers, and the most predominant one was definitely this one. This canvas came with 2 bags of this color, and as you can see, I still have plenty of color in both of those. But I'm going to start first with this with this fairy dust. Fairy dust, at least in Diamond Art Club, are these drills that have a little coat, sort of like a glittery coat to them. It's very subtle, but it's really, really pretty. I hope you can see the coat in there, but it's really, really pretty. It's my favorite type of drill, definitely. So this canvas had about 4 or 5 colors that were kind of tealish in color that complemented very well to each other. And this one specifically, that is a fairy dust, you can find it a lot in this big flower over here. In the outermost part of this flower, it gives a very, very cute detail. And overall, here at the bottom, in these little places where I think it's flowers that have not bloomed yet, you can find a lot of detail of that fairy dust in particular. And also a big part of it, I think, it's right here in the cat's eye. I mean, look at all these beautiful colors. I'm sorry, I'm staring at one thing, but my eyes keep drawing to the other side of it because it's just amazing. It's really cool. But in the eye, it has a lot of it too. And last but definitely not least, and I think the prominent color, or the most important color in this piece in particular, was this fairy dust, because it was in the entirety of the flowers and in a lot of details of the cat. And why? Because, well, this cat is named Poppy, but we can all know, or at least let me tell you, that all of these flowers, the ones that are very big and red, are poppies. Poppy is a type of flower. For example, here you can find this one all around this big flower, big blue flower. Also in the center part of all of this flower as well. It's definitely in this big flower over here, and on all the flowers that are at the very top of the image, in this one in the corner, this one that is right in front of the kitty, and this one, and then this one. So I really love working with fairy dust. As I said, fairy dust is my favorite type of drill because it's subtle, but it's not complicated to place, as ABs can be sometimes, and it gives such a beautiful effect that I just think it's one of the best introductions to drill, like the newest type of drills that Diamond Art Club has. It's just really, really beautiful. It gives it a very distinctive pop to the image overall. Now, as I said, even though there are places where the image is very busy, let's take, for example, the ear of the cat. Like, this has me mesmerized because it has so many colors. But I would tell you not to let all these colors scare you, thinking that it's going to be, oh, it's moving so much, I'm sorry. Please don't let all of these amount of colors in a very small place deter you from starting this piece, because I can tell you right away, I come from a very confetti heavy piece that was flower delivery, and I was kind of scared to go into another painting that looked like it was a lot of confetti. And if we take confetti as the definition of a lot of changes of color in a very small area, yeah, it is definitely confetti. But one of the things that made it a lot easier and made it not to be overwhelming, at least for me personally, and that might work for you too, is that a lot of these confetti, even though there were many changes in one same spot, this has a lot of color blocking. And I'm not talking about the color blocking over here that is clearly color blocking. Like, I just opened up the 3 bags that it came with and worked straight up in the entirety of this, and it went extremely quickly, and this is a very clear example of what color blocking is. But I'm talking more of a linear color blocking, meaning that there are areas where you might have many colors changing, but the placement of the colors is not complicated. For example, let me go, yeah, I think this flower is a perfect example of it. Let me see, where is it? Here. I think this flower is a perfect example of it. Like, yes, you can see a lot of changes of color in just one flower, but if you either have a specific, for example, I usually place my drills vertically. Place my drills most of the times vertically like this. All of this you can just boop, 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 and it goes really, really fast. Even if you're changing colors constantly, at least to me, it didn't felt like I was dragging. It didn't felt annoying. On the contrary, it was like, oh yes, another color, another color, another color. I think it was enough amount of drills in one single color, even though there were many changes of colors in just a small area, that it didn't made it like overwhelming. I that's the only way I can truly explain it. I loved every single piece of these. And again, it took me, I started it on March the 14th. And I started this painting on the 14th and I finished it on the 28th. And that is, exactly 14 days. But I didn't, whenever I work on a diamond painting, now it's really rare that I only work in one diamond painting from start to finish. Actually, when I was working in this one, I also worked on another few ones because I was trying to do some other videos. And so out of those 14 days that it took me, like the day I started and the day I finished, the amount of days that I actually worked on this one were, I think, maybe 11. So not the entirety of that. And again, I had some days where I could only do diamond painting for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes or at a time, because I was feeling like kind of sick. I was having some health issues where I could not be sitting down diamond painting for long periods of time. So if that tells you anything, then yeah, I think that is crucial information that you should know about this diamond painting. Now, this diamond painting, it was the 6th one of the month. I think I should have started or said this information before, but it's fine. This one was my 6th of March, my 14th of 2024, and my 19th diamond painting overall. And it took me a total amount of 27 hours and 42 minutes to finish. If I compare it to another image that has very similar dimensions, I would say it's pretty much the same amount, because that other painting took me 2 hours less, but it had a few centimeters less also. So I think it's all very proportionate, and I consider myself a kind of fast-ish diamond painter considering my hours. I don't know, that's just my own perception, but this one was extremely easy to work on. There was just one place where I thought, or I felt, no, not, I didn't think or felt, I know that it took me a little bit longer per section than it did regularly, and that was in the face, because many of these places were not very, like I said before, they were not all like linear type of placing. It was a lot of like 2s and 3s and very small places of very few drills, but overall it was great. It was amazing. And I left to the last part the face of the cat, and that was my best decision. This was something that I had never done before. I had never considered doing before. I just did row by row by row. But then with this one in particular, I said, no, I don't want to be finishing like the cat's face and then the only thing that I have left to do is the entire color blocking on top. So I kind of got to here, and then I worked up like this, and then I did these and some piece of the ears, and I ended up with the puppy's face, and that was a great choice. It was the best choice I could have ever made while completing this diamond painting. Other thing, the amount of trash that I found with this one, considering its size, you're gonna flip out. Like, I'm telling you that this was the only trash that I encountered during the entirety of the painting. And, this is amazing. This is amazing. So I believe my last opinions on this would be, I would tell you to start this diamond painting as soon as you can. If you have it in your stash and you are considering like, but it looks like it's confetti heavy and it might be like, I might do a simpler image or whatever, let me tell you, it looks like it's confetti, and it is confetti, but it doesn't feel like it. I swear to God, it does not feel like confetti. It goes like a breeze. It goes super simple and easy. That's my perspective, of course, but if you're looking out there for reviews of these, if people would recommend it, I can tell you, I would recommend you doing it. And if you want it, right now it's out of stock directly on the page, but if you're waiting for a restock, I would tell you, whenever you see it back in restock, just snatch it as fast as you can, because you're going to enjoy so much working on these beautiful piece. It just comes out amazingly beautiful all together with all the colors and stuff. It has a perfect balance, I believe, between neutral colors. It doesn't have many neutral colors, but you know, more kind of like regular colors, I would say, and some amazing neons in the pinks and in the green, in some of the greens and some of the oranges, and it's just beautiful. So would I recommend it? Absolutely. So this was it for today's video. I hope you enjoy my review, and I hope that I could help you get more insight into this painting and help you decide on whether or not you want to get it, or if you already have it, if you want to start it. I hope I was helpful. If you have any comments or any questions, please let me know down below. And also let me know down below if you're going to be starting this diamond painting soon. And hopefully you do, because you're not going to regret it. Thank you so much for watching and keeping on till the end. And please consider subscribing if you have not subscribed already. And if you are a continued viewer, thank you so much for your support, and see you all later on another video. Goodbye, and keep on diamond painting.